Come join us on a 4-day Madeira road trip as we explore this beautiful Portuguese tropical paradise, from the historic city of Funchal to the lush green mountains of Pico Ruivo and the stunning coastline vistas. Let's get into it. Our first stop on the Madeira road trip was Funchal, the capital city of Madeira. Well, technically it's not a road trip yet as we don't pick up the car until tomorrow. But anyways, our first stop was to explore the central historical area of Funchal, which is also known as Zona Velha. Alrighty, so we're now walking down Rua de Santa Maria. And this is like one of the streets in the old town. It's really beautiful, cobblestone streets, all these old buildings with like murals and stuff painted all over the doors. And right now during the day, it's very quiet. There's just a few tourists walking around taking some photos and stuff. But if you come here in the evening, it is a completely different story. There are like restaurants open everywhere, tables all over the street. It's really bustling, you know, music playing and stuff. But yes, it's a really cool area of the city and a really cool place to come and explore day and night.
Yeah, you come here during the day, you can enjoy the street art. Amazing.
We only had one day to explore Funchal, and our next stop was Mercado dos Lavradores, which is a local market, but it was closed because it was Sunday. So we decided to ride the Funchal cable car, or the Teleferico. The cable car takes you up into the mountains behind Funchal, where it drops you off at the Teleferico de Monte station, where there is a bunch of activities up there, including our next stop. Alright, so we've just got off the Funchal cable car, and right next to it is the Monte
Palace Tropical Garden.
Yes, that's what it is. And we have no idea about this place, we haven't researched it at all, so let's go explore it.
Let's go.
The Monte Palace was built in 1897 as a residence and was later turned into the Monte Palace Hotel. But today this area has been turned into a lush garden filled with exotic plants from all over the world. Nestled in amongst the garden is the Monte Palace Madeira Museum, where they have two exhibits: the African Passion, that shows a collection of Zimbabwean sculptures with more than 1,000 sculptures on display. And down below they have another display, Mother Nature's Secrets, which is a cave-like area that has a private collection of minerals on display that have been collected from all around the world. And some of these have even been arranged like they're still in an actual cave, which is really, really cool. So definitely spend some time and check out these two areas. Alright, so now we're walking through the Oriental Garden. So there's various areas around here with different themes or different displays on. Really, really cool. So these funny looking trees here are called dragon trees, and they're only found in Madeira and the surrounding islands. Yeah, they look really, really weird. After we explored the Oriental Garden, we made our way down to the central pond area. So this area is a bit of a fantastical area with waterfalls and swans swimming in the water and a bunch of flamingos. We totally didn't see that one coming. And they don't seem to mind everyone being around and grabbing selfies with them. And if you go by the Monte Palace area, you get awesome panoramic views looking back over Funchal. So this place really surprised us. It's not the normal kind of place that we'd go to, but we gave it a go and it turned out to be pretty epic. We made it back onto the Teleferico cable car after spending a couple of hours enjoying the gardens. There is also an entrance fee that is currently €15, which also comes with free Madeira wine tasting if you swing by the cafe. Anyways, the weather had cleared up from the morning and we got all these amazing views looking back over Funchal. It was absolutely beautiful, just a sea of orange tiled roofs and the actual sea. So the plan for today was to explore more of the old town, but as we mentioned earlier, because it was Sunday, everything was closed, so we could only just wander around and see everything from the outside, which is fine because the old town is beautiful anyways. The first stop was the tiny fisherman's church that was built in the 15th century, so we can only guess that the fishermen would come here and pray that they wouldn't get eaten by a kraken or sail off the edge of the flat earth. Now we headed down to the seafront to the impressive Forte de Santiago, a yellow coloured fort built in the 17th century to defend the city from pirate attacks. We took a stroll down the Avenida do Mar, which is a palm tree lined street along the ocean front, making our way to something a little bit more modern, the CR7 Museum. Yes, the Cristiano Ronaldo Museum. And you guessed it, it was fechado. Everything is closed today. And our last stop was the Funchal Cathedral. So you can see the bell tower of this cathedral all around town, as there's not too many tall buildings around, but it was good to come and see the cathedral up close in its entirety. And in the evening we come back out for dinner in the old town, and as you can see, Rua Santa Maria is completely different in the evening. It's a lively hub of activity, a real contrast from earlier in the day. And Nat is a massive seafood lover, so we had to try one of the local seafood specialties. Alright, so tonight we've ordered a typical Madeiran dish, limpet griadas. Is that it?
Yeah,
that's it.
Lapas griadas,
Lapas
or
griadas.
grilled limpets.
Grilled limpets. So it's some sort of shellfish that's kind of grilled, and there's like butter and stuff on top.
Garlic butter.
Garlic butter.
Smells so good.
So it looks delicious. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, so we've just picked up our rental car and our first stop is Air do Sarrado. So here we're doing a short walk to a viewpoint that overlooks the Valley of the Nuns. Once we're done here, we're going to drive down to the Valley of the Nuns and check it out up close. So let's go.
Let's go.
Day 2 in Madeira and the road trip begins. We drove north from Funchal to the Valley of the Nuns and stopped at this viewpoint that is just a short walk from the car park. And from here you get amazing views looking down the lush valley with the dramatic cliffs and the villages below. And from here you can hike down to the village, and this would be the best way to experience the valley, but we had other plans today and drove down after soaking in this epic viewpoint. Alright, so we've made it to the viewpoint of Air do Sarrado, and from here you can see the Valley of the Nuns down there below. It's a little bit foggy up here, but it just adds a little bit of mystery to the valley, I think.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of history about this place, about how it got its name. I think Nat knows it.
Yeah, we'll tell you once we get to the Valley of the Nun.
Oh, you're not going to say now?
No, because we have to say it when you're there, you know.
Okay, well, we'll see you there then. Alright, so we're now heading down to Corral das Frias, or the Valley of the Nuns. And these roads here in the mountains are no joke. They're so thin, windy, they're absolutely brutal. It's definitely a white knuckle ride. Alrighty, so we've made it to the Valley of the Nuns, and if you look up there, that's where we come from, and the viewpoint is up on this corner here. So there's a hotel and restaurant and stuff up there as well that overlooks the valley, so if you're up for a meal with a view, that's the place to go. Alright, so you might wonder why the Valley of the Nuns got its name. It's because in the 15th century, a group of nuns escaped pirate attacks in Funchal and settled here in this valley, well away from those nasty pirates in Funchal. Corral das Freiras is just a small town with a couple of places to explore like the church, and there's also a small museum, and of course there's those amazing views. Make sure you check out the Valle das Freiras restaurant that overlooks the valley for some local delicacies. Alrighty, so we've now ordered roasted chestnuts, as the area is famous for producing chestnuts. They even have a chestnut festival. So let's give these bad boys a try. Look at that, nicely roasted. Looks like there's a bit of salt on there. Oh,
Hot.
very hot. It's cool, it's really creamy. Really good. I don't think I've ever eaten roasted chestnuts before, FYI. Never. Really creamy, really nice. Alright, so we're now off to Ribeiro do Frio, where we're going to do a short hike and where we're going to spend the night. So let's go. Alrighty, so we've now arrived at Ribeiro do Frio. So we've dropped our stuff off at the hotel and now we're walking to the trailhead of Varada dos Belcoas. So let's go.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so we're now on the trail to Mirador dos Belcoas, and it's a 1.5 kilometer out and back, so 3 Ks in total, and it's a beautiful trail along this forested path, and beside it is running a lavada, which are like man-made canals that you'll see all over Madeira, so we'll be running into these quite a bit during our travels. So we'll see you out at the Mirador. Alright, we can see the hotel that we're staying at. We're staying at this hotel right here.
Casa Ribeiro Frio.
Yeah. So we walked up this road, kind of up here somewhere, to start the hike. But now we're back where we started almost. Alright, so we've now made it to Mirador dos Belcoas, and it's absolutely stunning from up here. Just a sea of green, mountains, mist, and you can even see the ocean. Check it out. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Check it out. Out here you can see the ocean. The trail is incredibly beautiful, passing through the lush green forest, following the lavada out to the Belcoas viewpoint, where you get amazing views of the Ribeira de Mataji Valley and the island's central mountain range, including the 2 highest peaks, Pico do Arreiro and Pico Ruivo, a bit of a spoiler for the next video. So this trail is highly recommended, and there are other trails in the area if you have more time. In the next video, we conquer the 2 highest mountains in Madeira and catch one of the best sunrises we have ever seen. And then we head south and do a bunch of other stuff. Come join us in the next video of the Madeira road trip. See you there.